Hi Sagittarius, this is KACEE with your August Love Matters reading. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to all the viewers. SHAE and I are so happy to have all of you here with us. She will have a video that's going to pop up at the end of this one for your sign, so please check for that. She does give a different perspective. I am going to pull two energy cards to start. The first one will be for your energy, and the second one will be for the energy that you're working with for the month of August in your relationships. Now, it may resonate with a family member or a co-worker or even a relationship with yourself if you're on a particular goal right now, and of course a romantic situation. So we're going to pull some cards to see how it is. It is a general message, guys, so my hopes is that you can apply it to your circumstances and give you some guidance for the month. All right, so as I was shuffling, your card popped out first, and it's Door to Personal Healing and Happiness. Their energy is coming in as storm warning. Now, if you resonate with one side over the other with the energies, this is your message, so please apply it to however it fits for you, so there's no wrong way to read this. But Door to Personal Healing and Happiness is coming in for you, and this is telling me that you're ready to expand in your spiritual zone, that you are ready to move it up a notch and raise to a different vibration, and you're ready to let go of some things that no longer serve you, that you've been hanging around with you for a long time, and it's time just to let it go and to kind of put it aside right now. You know, you want to be happy, and you want to feel that joy, and you want to feel that happiness, and you don't want to have anything hold you back. So then when we have storm warning, that's all about Tower card energy. This is where things are changing. It can be big, it can be small, but whatever it is, it's going to make you think of things from a different perspective. Your clarifying card with the major arcana is Death. This is where there's changes happening. This is where it's much needed change. It's come to time for this change to really open things up. It's not going to be a little change, it's going to be a really big change. So this is something very important to go through. A huge enlightenment is happening right now. Their energy is being clarified with the Hermit. So whatever happens with this storm warning, they go within. They decide to do some introspection. They start looking at things a little bit more closely. They kind of take themselves out of the mainstream, and you don't hear from them for a while because this storm warning really shakes them up, and they become a recluse for a little bit so they can figure out how they're going to work with this. Now, you're changing with this quite nicely. You are embracing some change, and it seems to me that their change is making them hide out. So let's go ahead and pull some advice or some challenges from these decks. Ooh, you have hope and triumph. I'm going to pull one more. Conflict and defeat. That's what you're moving away from. You're moving away from the conflict and the defeat. You're going towards the hope. You're going with the change. You're moving on, and you're listening to your spirit side. You're listening to your higher self. You're creating your gifts. You're multiplying with your gifts. You're doing a lot of things, and you're going to be very successful. That's a triumph right there in the middle. So know that whatever you're letting go with the changes with Death, it is only going to bring in a lot more success and peace. They're coming in with rejoice and celebration, patience, well, and with the Hermit, and discontent and boredom. Well, that makes a lot of sense too, because they are feeling that whatever this storm warning thing, whatever this shake-up was, that they had to start to reevaluate where they wanted to be, who they are, whatever the case may be. You know, they're going to make some serious changes, which is indicated with discontent, because they're not happy with that anymore. They don't want to deal with it, so they're going to be very patient with themselves. They're going to see new things growing, and they're not going to push it. They know that it needs to take root if it's going to be solid, and I think that's what the storm warning was about, was whatever they had going on was not solid, and it fell apart. But they come out rejoicing. They come out feeling good. They come out knowing some stuff about themselves. They are ready to put their best foot forward now. So they were able to do what they needed to do and rebuild and start that new growth. You know, if you notice, she's starting to grow a plant or a flower right out from her hand, from the seed in her hand. So she is looking at it. She's taking care of it. She's watering it. She's making sure it has all the nutrients. She's going to make this new thing grow strong. And then there'll be rejoicing, celebration, and happiness. And there won't be any stress and boredom and discontentment with what is going on. So that is why they're going within. Now let's pull some more cards here. All right. Eight of Cups in reverse. Okay, so when you're going through the conflict and defeat, you don't know where you're going. You're just moving forward. You know, you're going towards that change. You're going towards something else, but you weren't really sure what it was going to be until you stumbled upon it. And then you got the hope, the success, the vitality, the warmth, the spirituality, really opening up your gifts so that you know where to move forward, and you move forward into the door to personal healing and happiness. Yes, see, you have the Nine of Wands, and this is where you look back on all the crap that you went through, and you're like, I made it. I am here. I am a new person. I think of things differently. That didn't hurt me as much as I thought it was going to. You know, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger kind of thing. Well, that's the energy that I'm picking up right here because of the changes. Once you allow the changes in, it makes a world of difference on what your thought process is. They're coming in with Hangman, as well as the Sun in reverse. So, you know, it took them a while to figure out how to see things differently and how to reevaluate what was going on, because what they did was not successful. Sun in reverse. That is telling me that they lost faith in what they were doing, that it didn't pan out, that it was very unsuccessful, even though they tried their hardest, but it didn't work. Now they're going to regroup and come up with some different avenues to look into. And that is beautiful because they rejoice in the end. They become stronger in the end and more patient, and know that whatever they are doing can't be a quick fix. You know, it has to be cultivated. And sometimes if we try the quick fix avenue, it blows up in our face because it's too good to be true. So I think this is where you have to kind of watch them go through this. You know, this could be anything from a startup to, you know, trying to go and make a lot of money at something that really needs to have a lot of time and energy put into it. And it's like, you know, buying an ice cream truck and deciding that you're going to go do that and realizing, well, there's only games on every other Sunday and you just invested all this money and there's no payoff, and it kind of blows up and blows back at you, you know. But then you regroup and you figure out how you're going to make the most out of your investment. Let's pull some clarifying cards for you. So right now, you guys are not on the same page. They're going through their chaos, and you are moving forward, and you're leaving your chaos behind you. And it seems like you guys are not connecting at all right now. You're going through two different things at the same time, and you're not on the page. Here we have the Five of Cups in reverse, and this is looking forward to new beginnings. This is seeing things from a different perspective, looking at things and understanding the reason why they had to go through this. You know, acceptance, forgiveness, you know, and that's all part of moving on. So that's how you get through that energy there with the conflict and the defeat, and how you transform, because you just let it go. You just accept it, forgive it, and move on. Here we have the fear. Well, the fear and the conflict. Okay, so that's what you were going through when you decided that you didn't want to deal with it anymore. And then we have the Five of Pentacles in the upright, and that is where you're coming out of the cold. You know, when in this particular deck, there's still a beautiful flower that's blooming in the barren, freezing ice. You know, so think of it that way. There's always something that we can manifest out of nothing because we are very powerful. So there's always hope. And here you are looking ahead. You know, with the Nine of Wands, you were looking back, but now you're looking ahead with the Two of Wands, and you're seeing where your new beginning is, and you're seeing where your new future is. You're super excited to see your ships come in. You're super excited to see what abundance is on there. Now, they're able to walk away from this situation as well. Whatever is stressing them out, they walk away. Nine of Swords in reverse. This is where they stop going through that mental conflict back and forth and back and forth. And I believe that has to do because they were not successful. Four of Swords in reverse. That is where they're not taking the time to take care of themselves because there was so much going on that they had to handle so much stuff, and they felt burnt out, and they just literally were at their wits' end, and they just couldn't take another minute. And here we have the King of Pentacles, which represents that there's an instability in the finances, instability in their foundation, in their stability. You know, and that, you know, that gives them a controlling energy when that happens because they don't have any control over the most important things around them, which is their stability and their finances. Without that, they're like totally messed up. But here we have the Page of Cups, and this is new beginnings, and this is new offers, and I think that they actually come and apologize, and they offer you something new as they rejoice and they figure this out, and they have a new plan. It's like they figure out whatever it is. It was like if you had met someone new, they had way too much on their plate to kind of entertain moving forward with you until they got all this stuff situated, because they failed at this and they had to fix it, and they only could do that on their own. Because they got themselves in this mess and they had to get themselves out of it. So whoever's in your life right now that is going through this could be a family member, a best friend, it could be, you know, your significant other even. You know, if they kind of messed up and they went and did, or something happened that totally changed everything, they have to clean up their mess. You can't help them with this. This is all on them. And I'm not saying that they went intentionally and did this, but this happened to them, and for some reason they have to clean it up on their own, but they will be able to celebrate. They will be able to take care of business. Here we have the Deceit card. You know, and with this we have to be careful, because we can deceive ourselves and we can deceive others. And I do believe that that could be what the conflict is. Now, if that is where the storm warning kicks in because they deceived you and there was conflict and you just walked away, shut the door, you don't know where you were going, but you were going to make some changes, whether they liked it or not, that could resonate with some of you out there as well, that you're not going to be putting up with anyone's baloney and childlike behavior if they're not going to be up and up. But I do believe that they get over this, that this is a very huge learning lesson for them. You know, I do think that they apologize for whatever they said or did. Oh gosh, look at here, Sag. We have love. They're going to speak the words of love. They're going to ask for your forgiveness. So whatever they did to make this unharmonious with you, they are regretting it. They're learning their lesson. They're cleaning up their mess. And they are going to apologize. Now, it's up to you whether you accept it or not, you know, because everyone has different levels of putting up with certain things. They have different boundaries, and certain situations are more intense than others. So that is all about how things went down in your situation. But they are sorry for what they did. They do love you. They are going to say their sorries to you. And your cards have been dropping like all through this reading, and 3 more just dropped, and we're going to go with them as usual. And it says avoid allergens. I always think this is funny when this card pops up in a relationship reading. It reads, Dear Archangel Raphael, please assist me in identifying and avoiding allergens that may be toxic to my health and happiness. Help me to only crave helpful foods and beverages. And this is, when I'm doing a relationship reading, it usually resonates to me to avoid any nonsense, that you're allergic to nonsense. So you will be able to distinguish whether they're truthful with their apology or not, because you're going to have like a BS detector on you when it comes to this person, because they already deceived you once and they already made you upset and you walked away, and you're not going to put up with anything. If they're not true to their apology, you don't have any time for that whatsoever. Their angel message is ask your body for a message, and it reads, Dear body, please help me hear your messages. Archangel Raphael, please guide me in honoring and respecting my body's needs. Absolutely, they need to listen to the true messages from Spirit. And if they're not coming to you with a true apology and changing their ways after they fix their mess, then you don't need to deal with it. You have to avoid them like they are an allergen, because they're not going to help you move forward and higher in the vibration and do the things you need to do. Now this is your bonus message, and it says massage. And it says, Dear Archangel Raphael, please help me know that I deserve to receive massages and other self-care treatments. Absolutely, Sagittarius, put yourself first. If this is an allergen and this is a toxic situation, or they have a toxic energy that does not mesh with you anymore because of whatever they put you through, don't even entertain the apology situation if you feel that it's not 100% true and from Spirit. Sag, thank you so much for letting me read for you today. I hope the message helps. Please leave me a comment or shoot me an email. I would love to know how you guys are doing. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. I would love to have you back. Take care.